Well, hello there. I tried streaming some Assassin's Creed 2. My laptop either doesn't want to or doesn't feel like it because it said fuck you to me, and yeah, I couldn't do it. So whatever. My laptop either doesn't. Okay, no, I don't want to listen to myself. Thanks. I'm going to change the title of the video and just say Game of Thrones and Assassin's Creed Origins discussion. Yay! That would be the title. And let's go back to the stream. Yeah, please, thanks. Can I please go to my channel and stuff? Yeah. I want the comments out. Please, comments. Alright, so let's do it like the other day. Why isn't there no HD? Okay. I wasn't really figuring out like why there's no HD streaming. My back is poor thing. It's just awful. Alright, so we got plenty of new information on Origins lately. Like Bayek has a wife, her name is Aya, and we've also been teased that Aya and Bayek will kind of be against each other, like in some sort of way, like they will both start siding with Cleopatra, but they will eventually leave her alone, or at least Bayek will leave her alone. And his wife is apparently a very dedicated follower of Cleopatra, so his wife wants to support Cleopatra, but he doesn't. And also, like there's some people that have said that due to what Ashraf said in Loomer's interview, that possibly Aya is the one who founded the Templar Order. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but it would be an interesting plot twist, to be honest. Now I'm not using a mobile device. Alright. So there's like a few things that have come up. Besides that, like the rating for the video game has also come up. And it's very interesting because of what it says. Let me look it up for you. Rating. No, it's not this. There was a picture on it or something. Okay, so basically there was like a whole picture that was released yesterday or something, and it came out that it has like very high sexual content, like there's nudity. How is it pronounced? I don't even care. And all kind of that sort of things. And that there's plenty of violence and cursing and blood and all that shit. And and that there's actual sex on screen. Apparently some side characters, from what you could deduce from the description. But there was also something that was quite interesting, that said that the playable character had some moments of heavy drinking of alcohol, and it would probably be Bayek, because he's the main playable character. But Ashraf has already said that there are multiple playable characters. So who could be that playable character that drinks a lot of alcohol and all that? I mean, most people think it's Bayek, some other people might think it's Aya. I've even seen people saying that it could be Arno. Like, they could be doing some kind of time rift or something, like they did in Unity and Syndicate, in which like there was this random time rift and we got transported in some sort of way to another time, but with the character. Like there's been some speculation those past months that Arno would be in Origins, in a Rift or something of the sort. Bayek's legs are gonna be fucked in real life. Yeah, probably. Poor boy. So yeah, like there's been some speculation that Arno would be in Origins. Personally, Arno is the assassin I relate to the most. Like, my favorite character in Assassin's Creed, like there's 3 categories of favorite characters for me. There's like the best assassin, as in whom I feel embodies the creed the most. I think it's Altair, despite the fact that he broke the 3 tenets of the creed on his very first few moments in the game, the first game. Then there's the best character, as in the most likable, which is Ezio, obviously. And there's the one I can relate the most to, which is Arno. And definitely Arno is the one I relate to the most. And the fact that his story was kind of left behind and that we don't know like absolutely nothing about as to what happened to him after Elise died and all that, that makes me sad in some sort of way, and also angry at Ubisoft for leaving these characters without like a complete story about their lives and all that. And it's pretty upsetting. So I'm really hoping that Arno will show up in a future game or comic or whatever. I just want his story to be fucking wrapped up already, because I just want it to. Netflix show me your watch list, lol. My Netflix account has expired, so I don't have a watch list anymore. Unfortunately, it's just expired, my account. Like you'll see, it has nothing in here. It's just expired. Like it will tell me to join Netflix, or that my account is, if I want to put more money into it or something. Like you see, it doesn't show me my, yeah, it's expired. It's been expired for a while now. You can't blame Ubisoft because they never cared about characters' closure. Yeah, at least they did care about it with Ezio. I think that's the only character they ever properly cared about character closure with. Like, Ezio and Altair. But the others, it was like, hey, we're giving you this character, do with him whatever you want to. Like, you will never see him again. Well, with Edward, we also got some closure on him, on the books, thanks to Haytham. So Edward also kind of got his closure as a character, but Arno, Connor has some closure now because they've shown us how his life really ended and all that. But Arno, Connor, up until now, even Shay, like, what the fuck happened to them after the games? Like especially Arno, because of like Shay, you know that he probably had grandkids or something. Like, I think it's confirmed that he had grandkids and all that shit. And like Jacob and Evie, like Jacob especially, like, you know, he has a granddaughter and all that because he plays her. But like, what the fuck, poor Arno, what have you done to him? Etienne Altair's story got closure just because of Patrice Desilets. Yeah, that's the bad part. Like, honestly, it was very saddening the way that Ubisoft treated Patrice from what I've seen, because they just kicked him out. Like, the guy built up this franchise, he made it profitable, and they were like, okay, we're done with you, fuck all your plans. And like, when you hear Nolan North, I think that's the name of the guy who did Desmond's voice, when you hear him talking about what Patrice had originally planned for the series, like the game should have ended with Connor, and that at the last game Desmond would be like this super assassin. Like, it sounds like the most awesome idea ever, and Ubisoft just fired Patrice. Like, we don't care about you anymore. Do you have Black Flag? I do. It's right here, but my laptop doesn't meet the minimum requirements to run it, so I can just record some small parts of it with a game recording application I have, but I cannot stream it because my laptop will just poof. It would explode or some shit. I would play it and stream it if I could, but I can't, unfortunately. Ashraf Ismail, if given more story and creative control, might do better than Betrays. Yeah. I trust Ashraf because, like, Black Flag, even if it's not Assassin's Creed-like, it's a great game, you know, like, it's a very good game. And the fact that Ashraf is taking like the lore so seriously, and that he actually listens to us, to the fans, that he goes over to Reddit to see what we're talking about the game, what we are expecting and all that. Like, that's very cool to see. Like, that attitude from him, like, tells me a lot. But Patrice left to work for THQ and Odysseus, his own game. Yubi bought THQ to control of Odysseus and quicked out Patrice on legal disputes. Yeah. Like, I know he originally left Ubisoft, then Ubisoft bought his company, then that was when they kicked him out and all that. Yeah, it still doesn't change the fact that they literally destroyed his original concept of the series to make just profitable a profitable series, a profitable AAA title. Like, you know, like it's pretty upsetting in some sort of way. Like I'm happy that we have so many Assassin's Creed games, but like I know that most people are very unhappy with the later games, especially Unity and Syndicate. So, and then you realize that Patrice didn't actually want to do these games because they weren't part of his original plan, and that Ubisoft literally did them just for money. I mean, just look at the state Unity came out in, like fucking awful. And it's just that, you know, like the fact that this guy wanted to make this like this cyberpunk. Now I'm talking like Leo. um like he wanted to make this super cool concept of a series, and he somehow managed to do it, but it just didn't work out the way he wanted to, and that upsets me in some sort of way. Just imagine Patrice and Ashraf on the same team. AC might reach Witcher 3 status. Oh my god, yes. That would have been fucking amazing. Like, just imagine those two guys working together on an Assassin's Creed title. Like, it would have been fucking amazing, honestly. Kinda sad that they don't work together. I would have loved to see that, to be honest. Like I think like Ashraf's trying to go with this kind of the same idea Patrice had. He can do the same, obviously, because, you know, Patrice's original idea is already fucked up. Podes. É melhor não perguntar e só entrar. Like, his original idea is already fucked up, like, you know, like they cannot work it back together or something, but Ashraf's trying to do something for the series. He's trying to improve it and have it, like, give it like a rebirth of sorts and all that. And I hope it works out, honestly. I hope Origins works out and that it becomes a new AC1 of sorts. Because honestly, AC1 is a pretty good game, even though I haven't played it. But it's a pretty good game, and it's just, at the time it was released like in fucking 2007, like that was a fucking awesome game. Like, it was amazing, like the graphics. And the fact that they tweaked history with modern conspiracies, Illuminati-like stuff, like it was pretty amazing to most people back in the day. Honestly, if Patrice and Ashraf ever got together to do a game, like it would have been fucking amazing. Like, just imagine that, like an Assassin's Creed set in like ancient Rome or Greece, made by Patrice Desilets and Ashraf Ismail, like fucking amazing. AC would have been respected if it ended in AC3 and not turned into an annual money milking fest. Exactly. That's the point. Well, rather than have ended at AC3, like they could have changed the ending of AC3 and go on with Desmond's super assassin history arc. Story arc. They didn't do that. But yeah, it was like it was very sad the way the modern day ended in AC3, and the fact that the modern day ever since has been so underwhelming. Like, it's been like pretty much shit. I mean, not exactly shit, because we've seen a lot of important things regarding what's going on within the modern day, but sometimes I feel like it's pretty much shit. Like, I mean, yeah, hacking computers in Black Flag isn't that bad. I really liked the fact that they put like Desmond's autopsy video in there and all that, but you know, it was like just very weird overall, and the fact that they expanded this into Rogue and that in Unity the modern day just turned into some cutscenes put up together with a woman that turned around from nowhere and just said, "Hello, Initiate." It was like fucking awkward. It was like, for fuck's sake, I swear to God. Like, I get the point, but I want more Sean, I want more Rebecca. And they tried to amend that with Syndicate somehow by putting more Sean and more Rebecca, but it was still unplayable. It was just a bunch of cutscenes. Like, okay, I like the fact that there's cutscenes, but like, I remember AC2's Modern Day. Like, yeah, there were cutscenes, but I could like move this character and move around and explore. Why you no let me do that again? For fuck's sake. Best modern day Unity is so playable, much wow. Yeah, exactly that. Like, there's nothing you can actually do at all. It was like fucking frustrating. Like, I just want to do something. I want to move around. I want to have a character who I can relate to, and I don't have that. Like with the Desmond trilogy. Well, trilogy. I'm counting like AC1, AC2, and AC3 basically. Brotherhood and Revelations, they're like expansions of Assassin's Creed 2. So, but yeah, the fact that we had Desmond, like, I'm like, it's not that I loved modern day. I prefer the historical parts. I prefer playing as Ezio, so, and they and I prefer playing as Ezio, but how can I say this? The modern day is what kept the story going, what connected the dots between the various games, and they destroyed that connection. And now they're trying to get it back, and I really hope they do. I like Black Flag's modern day. Hacking the computers really gave me insight how hard people at UV work in the inside lore and side stuff. The minor things, details, information were really cool. Yeah, that's a great side quest in Black Flag. Like, I really liked that they took the side activities from AC1, AC2, and AC Brotherhood, which was hacking computers, into Black Flag. They changed it and they made it even more enjoyable, because in that game you're like an Abstergo employee, but at the same time it's like I cannot see this guy's face. Who is this guy? What is he doing? What's his life like? Where does he come from? It's like, I cannot relate to this guy. Like, what the fuck? The door just opened on its own, okay? Oh yeah, post a stream on Quora. That's a great idea. Hold on. Where is it? The Great Quora. YouTube. Notifications. Okay. Do you use chopsticks at Chinese restaurants in your country? Obviously I do. How are you feeling? Ah, okay, I had read, how are you feeling? And I was like, what? How far is it from Eastwatch to Winterfell? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Eastwatch and Winterfell. Okay, so there's everything's going okay. So much people, much wow. Right post. Another random live stream. Halfway through already. Feel free to join the mostly AC and God talk. Alright. Horror questions are sometimes so retarded. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I've seen some stuff in there. It's just, is it possible to mix espresso with distilled banana vodka? I don't know how I should answer that. What is the point of going to a good or prestigious college? Don't know. What should the amount of amino fluids be at 28 weeks of pregnancy? I have no idea. Where does the expression turtles all the way down come from? And what does it entail? What? Turtles all the way down? What? This exists? What is the most sexual thing you have said in public? Ooh. A couple had set a blanket down and was having sex out there in the fringes of a dry lake bed. They had surrounded themselves with blinking lights because out there if you are not visible you can get run by an art car. Okay. It's actually awkward to read, but yeah. What causes dark brown spotting between my periods? Dry blood. What 3 things can you ask a person to get a good idea of their personality? No idea. Anyway, let's go back to my stream. The precious little snowflakes. Of course you would read the sexual thing, not judging. I would too. Who wouldn't, right? How much alcohol do you drink a week? How was your first day of high school for the 2017-2018 school year? High school hasn't even started yet in Spain. It starts like next week or something. Can you share some pictures of your cooked food? I can. I do have some cooking skills. Poop causes dark brown spreading. No, it's dry. It's like old blood. From periods. Like it's a very nasty thing. Sometimes blood gets stuck and doesn't come out, and then once your period is over, it randomly comes out and it's brown. It's very ewy. Skin like discharged during your period. What the fuck? I'm going to show you some of my... Hey, work. Hey! When your stream doesn't work for you. Sad. I'm going to show you some of my dishes. Because my dishes are awesome and my stream isn't loading. Oh my god. What can you cook? Here it is. My food. My awesome food. Oh, didn't need to know that. Yeah, you didn't. It was there though, so I explained. This is like spaghetti like pasta, which I did with some spinach and nuts and sour cream. And then you have like this awesome hamburger I did, absolutely homemade. This is fish, hogfish, with some rice and tomatoes and peppers and potatoes and broccoli. This is chicken breast, some peppers, and onions, and potatoes and sausage. This is just pork meat. More chicken and more rice because I love rice, and zucchini and potatoes and Tabasco, obviously because Tabasco is the best thing around. This is just rice with peppers and zucchini and deep fried sausages covered in breadcrumbs, codfish, some random chicken and tomato pastry I did, a salad, rice with stuff, bacon and peppers and zucchini, and a Spanish omelette. And that's it. That's the food I cook. I should be on MasterChef, probably. Yeah, I should. I don't know about Neymar. Your food is making me realize how people in my country eat the same things constantly. Yeah, so do I. Rice is the best thing around. I adore rice. I worship it. Using a mobile device. No, I'm not. Alright, so I've just found this sweet ass Reddit post about new information on origins. Let's read it together. Just to do something. There will be graffitis in Egyptian, Greek, and Latin in the game. Sounds historically accurate. Graffitis. You should be a culinary assassin, chef. That's the real thing. Yes, the cooking codex from Ezio Auditore. The best cooking codex in the world. At the time Bayek meets Cleopatra, she has already been exiled by Ptolemy's advisors. Yeah, it totally sounded like that. from what we've seen in the gameplay video by IGN. That horrid, like there was a horrid gameplay video from IGN. Like the game looked so butchered and it looked just awful. And it was just because the guy or the girl who was playing it, whoever it was, just didn't know how to play the game. It was awful. Like watching that gameplay was a pain in the ass. And I'm a really bad gamer, if you could call me that. Like I'm horrible at playing video games. I'm not the best person to comment on this, but it's like that gameplay was truly horrible. Like that person didn't know what they were doing. It was like a fucking mess. You think you know Rise? I was born into it and molded by it. I'm guessing you do. The Order of the Ancients is manipulating Ptolemy so that they can have their control over Egypt. Doesn't really surprise me. History spoilers equals game spoilers. At this point, it does. Alexandria is an ordered and structured city. It is very different from other cities in the game. Mixture of Egyptian, Greek, and Roman culture. As expected. Bayek at the beginning of the game leaves Shimon, goes to Alexandria, meets Aya, who is already there for other reasons. So his wife had already left him. Poor guy. Cyrene Kyrenaika is a Greek location. Okay, let me put my best Greek accent. Kyrenaika. Kyrenaika? Join MafiaAddict.com and create the most respected mafia in the world. Build your own mafia empire, start a family, and become the very best. MafiaAddict.com. Copy/paste. Interesting. My uncle's already in prison. I'm not interested in going to prison with him. Thank you. I'm gonna kill myself playing your game. Don't leave me alone, Nikhil. During such events, it's been under the Egyptian rule for 200 years, but then Egypt gifted it to Rome because it was very indebted with it. Ubisoft worked with NASA. What? Ubisoft worked with NASA. They're trying to launch some Abstergo shit into space. Those fuckers. Pharaohs would come to Shiva and its oracle for a good omen and to be confirmed as gods on earth. Alexander the Great was the first Greek that received such omen. That guy was a Delulu. Aya is also on a journey to find out what happened in Shiva at the beginning of the game, like Bayek, but it's a different journey. It's a different journey. Could she be a Templar? Dun dun dun. One of the ideas behind the game is that the birth of the Brotherhood came from a husband and a wife. Oh, that's cute. Using eyeliners, dyeing hair and wearing wigs was very common in Egypt. I think anyone who has barely touched on anything Egyptian already knows that. The Great Library of Alexandria was the greatest library existing in that era. It was the center of knowledge for all the Mediterranean basin. People were copying books from every part of the world to have the biggest possible amount of knowledge in them. What do you want? Chi è? Chi è? Fuck my sister, honestly. Aya is a playable character. Yeah, there's rumors that she's the one that led to the birth of the Templar or something like that. And she's probably going to die or something because Ubisoft killing assassin lovers since the beginnings of times. Like they killed Altair's girlfriend and his wife. Like they killed both of them for fuck's sake. They killed Christina. They killed Elise. Like Shay, I'm pretty sure he had a thing going on with that girl, with that red-headed girl in the Assassins, and everyone dies because that's the thing. Caroline Scott too. For fuck's sake, I swear to God. Everyone fucking dies in this game, and now my sister's going to come up behind me. I know it. What a little bitch. Hippodromes are introduced through some questlines to justify why Bayek is interested in going there, but then it becomes an optional activity. There were lots of hippodromes across Egypt, as mentioned by Durand. Yeah, we know that. Players will experience the siege of Alexandria, and during it, as shown in the screenshot, Bayek and Caesar will escape from an attack in the chariot, or whatever it's called. Fucking love interests mess up shit. Like, do you know about Altair's first love, like Ada? Like most people haven't, like, I think, like, I was reading The Secret Crusade yesterday, I actually told you so. And I think she doesn't even come up in that book, she just shows up in a Nintendo DS game. Like, okay, so basically it is, I'm just explaining for whoever doesn't know it. Like, Altair, when, like, this was before Assassin's Creed 1 even happened, like a couple years before or so, like when Altair was like 23 or something like that. Brutus may be a playable character. That would be awesome. Like Altair, like he was sent by Al-Mualim, I think, on a mission to retrieve a chalice or something like that. And then he goes to the mission and all that, and he finds out that the chalice is not a glass, it's just a woman. And like he tries to protect her and shit, and she's like a witch or a, like she has magical powers or something of this of that sort of shit, or people think that she does. Anyway, I don't exactly remember that part. The thing is, like he has to protect her and all that, and he ends up falling in love with her, and then the Templars get her, he saves her, and then like he's super in love with her, like off screen they probably have lots of sex and whatnot, and all of a sudden, like once the Templars get her, they take her on a ship and all that, and Altair's like, oh shit, no, they've taken her, and he's super in love with her, so he goes to rescue her, he tries his best, and they kill her in front of him, and he doesn't have the time to save her, and all he can do is like getting to her corpse and just bringing it up to his arms. And that's the reason why Altair is such a, like, a fucking asshole in Assassin's Creed 1, because like Ada was like the closest thing he had to having a family and interest. Like, he actually told her, you know, I'll leave the Assassins, we'll just go somewhere, we'll start a family, we'll settle down and all that. And she was like, yeah, sure, we can do that. Like, they were genuinely in love. Like, he genuinely loved her. And it was just fuck you, like actually I think that in Altair's codex he talks about that girl, and like when he starts to fall in love with Maria, like he actually talks about Ada. Like he says something on the lines of, I never thought love was possible again. Kind of like the same that happened with Ezio after Christina. Like Ezio told Claudia, I think. It felt like something inside of me died. And yeah, like there's a moment in which he mentions this girl. But right now, let me see if I see. I had thought Ada would be the one to lead me to rest, that I may lay down my blade and live as a normal man. But now I know such dreams are best left to sleep. See, her face, I tried to banish it from my mind as I remember the days and nights during which I chased her Templar captors across the sea. I almost got them in time, almost. If I had only been faster, instead I held her lifeless body in my arms, saw the terror reflected in her fixed and blinking eyes. I hunted each man, one by one, until all responsible were gone from the world, but there was no joy in this, no satisfaction or release. Their deaths did not bring her back, did not heal my wounds. After that I was certain I would never feel again for a woman as I have for her. I am fortunate to have been wrong. Like, by this been wrong he refers to Maria. But yeah, poor Altair, like, it's fucking sad. Ezio deserved another 20 years of peaceful life with his family. Yes, like, he had like a peaceful death, if you see it from an Assassin's Creed point of view. Like, he wasn't killed or anything, he just died peacefully. But he didn't see his children grow up or something, and that's fucking depressing. Like, every single time I think about, like, Flavia or something, his daughter's name was Flavia, right? Yeah, it was just so fucking sad. I remember reading that 3 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, it fucking broke my heart. Because there's actually a lot of people who don't know about this girl that Altair loved before he loved Maria, and it's like, for fuck's sake, read the lore, and people are like, why in the hell is Altair such an asshole at the beginning of Assassin's Creed 1? I mean, read the fucking lore. He's just lost like his first genuine love. Like, he honestly was really in love with this girl, and they killed her in front of him, and he couldn't do nothing for her. Like, it's absolutely normal that he's such an asshole after that. Like, poor guy, honestly. I would be so fucking depressed if that happened to me as well. Classic example of main characters past not leaving them behind. Yeah. And it's pretty sad, honestly. And like, that's why I would want to know about what happened to Arno after Elise was gone, because like I have this tiny hope that he got his shit together. Like he learned to love again, like Altair and Ezio did back in the day. And then he actually could settle down, have a family, and all that. I mean, because we know he had kids, obviously. I mean, Callum Lynch from the film, and the poor person whom Abstergo used for their DNA. But the fact that we don't know what happened to him, like, honestly, there's like, I don't know, maybe he was just so sad about everything. Like, maybe he just got drunk. He saw a red-headed prostitute, thought she was Elise or something, and he just, like, you know, fucked her, and she got pregnant. And that's what happened. And I would be fucking depressed if that's what happened to Arno, honestly. I'll tell you, being wise in Revelations makes sense now. The cutscene with Al-Mualim after the Masyaf siege. Ada was probably after the siege. Yeah, Ada was after that siege, after that first cutscene in Revelations, I think. Yeah, let me see. I think so, because that cutscene is when Altair... Hold on. I think that it is after. Fuck Ubisoft. Elevation to Master Assassin. This is the cutscene you're talking about. Yeah, Ada is after, because Ada is the chalice. Yeah, exactly. He turned into an asshole after this. Yeah, because that's what you're trying to say. Like, how come we have that cutscene in Revelations just before the events of Assassin's Creed 1, and the Altair from that cutscene is so much better than Altair at the beginning of Assassin's Creed 1, as in he's a much nicer person and all that. Like, why in the hell is that? And this is the answer. Like, they killed his fucking girlfriend. Poor thing. That's why he turned into such an asshole. There's a lot of people who don't know that, and it's fucking depressing. For fuck's sake, do your research. So yeah, I hope that they won't. I hope they don't kill Aya, just because, like, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of Ubisoft killing all the lovers and all that shit. Like, they've had enough already with killing that child in the demo for Origins. Like, no more death, please. And not Aya. Like, knowing Ubisoft and knowing how the Assassin's love interests end up, and knowing the fact that Aya grew up with Bayek, it's like, If you want nothing to happen to her, just hope for a miracle or something. This makes me crave for a full-blown Altair game. Please, Ubisoft, when it's a 15-year anniversary. Yeah, I would like a game with the same parkour combat system and all that, like the essence of the old game, but and the same missions, like exactly the same way, except for the way like some of them arcs, especially the flags and the side missions, which are fairly repetitive. Like, I would change that, but the rest of the game would like remain exactly the same, just with nowadays graphics. It would be mind-blowing, honestly. like a game that went from the span of like when Altair was a child when they killed his father, when his father was executed, his relationship with Ada, and all the cutscenes and revelations. Of course, that the content from the Assassin's Creed 1 game and the content from when he met Maria and he went around with her to Cyprus, how they fell in love and all that, their trip to Mongolia with their son, the fallout of the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, of the Assassin's Brotherhood under Abbas. That would make one hell of a game, honestly. It would be long as fuck, but I wouldn't care. I prefer a remake with the Unity parkour. Yeah, maybe. It could work, but I reckon like a lot of players would prefer the old. That graffiti thing sounds really funny. When I studied Latin last year, I learned that people wrote some hilarious shit on walls in Rome. Yes, they did. They actually drew dicks and stuff like that. Fucking Romans. Theophilus, don't perform oral sex on girls against the city wall like a dog. Weep, you girls. My penis has given you up. Now it penetrates men's behinds. Goodbye, wondrous femininity. Restituta. Take off your tunic, please, and show us your hairy privates. Okay, I gotta go sleep now. I'll catch you later. Bye. Goodbye, Nikhil. Have a good time. I would probably end the stream by now, because I have to go for dinner and I'm a little tired too. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Take care. Bye.